Okay, back at you. Dino Holmes here. Again, that's Fighting Works with a Z, not an S. It used to be S right in the beginning, and somehow I got that taken away from me. Somebody bought it up, and so it's no longer Fighting Works with an S. It's Fighting Works with a Z, and I'm going to be working on trying to get that one back, but I guess that's going to take some cash. It's like up to $3,600 or something like that. Man, my intellectual property, and somebody stole it from me. Anyways, Fighting Works with a Z, fightingworks.com, and today we're going to do the 4 principles of execution. The proper way to execute a technique so it does the most damage, causes the most pain, and puts your opponent or assailant out of commission as quickly as possible. Visualization, rolling contact, tension upon extension, and for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Those are what I call the 4 principles of execution. Visualization, most important part of the 4 principles. You need to be able to see, feel, hear, taste, think through all your senses. You want to put those into vision in your mind's eye, pointing out your target or picking out your target and focusing through the target. You want to go all the way through the target. All right, although your hand or foot or whatever weapon you're throwing may stop at the surface, you want to visualize through the surface so you can subject your assailant to the most pain and devastation as possible. All right, so visualization, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, feel it, whatever you got to do, sense everything all the way through the target. So whether you're striking at the target, just beneath the target, or all the way through the target, you want to visualize all your techniques. When you're doing your shadow boxing, your bag work, don't leave out visualization. Make it a part of your anatomy. It's got to be there, visualization. Rolling contact. So basically, as you make contact, there's going to be a little twist, a little turn, a little spin, whether it's blocking kicks or blocking haymakers, whatever the case may be. When you roll out, you expose the bony portion of your arm, and that's going to cause some damage to the striking appendage. When you twist or roll on contact, you're going to grab, twist, tear the surface of the point that you're making contact with. Rolling contact. Tension upon extension, another very important part of executing a technique, is being able to explode or whip, snap at the contact point of your execution. So what this does is going to put your fast twitch fibers into motion, so that when you execute your technique, you're going to develop speed, and speed is power. So tension upon extension. Not only is this going to make your technique faster, but you're going to use very little energy executing technique this way. This feels strong, but it only feels strong because you're tensing up your whole body to throw the technique, slowing it down, and if it gets there, there's not going to be a lot on it when it gets there. To execute the technique to begin with, say we're throwing a cross, all right, or right hand, left hand, whichever is coming from the rear side. How would you start that technique? Where would you start it from? Okay, everybody says like back here. All right, well, yes and no, but basically any technique should start and begin from wherever your hands are. All right, but they actually, any punch, any kick, any movement starts at your feet. Okay, so if you're throwing a rear hand technique, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to pivot on the ball of your foot, which is in turn going to turn your hip, which in turn is going to roll your shoulder, and then you extend the arm from there. So if you just do this, well, how can you expect to get a whole lot of that out of a technique if it's just arm? Whereas if you put your body behind it, right? You put your body behind it, obviously that's going to create a lot more damage. You got more momentum, you got more body weight, so you got your whole body behind the technique versus just your arm. You see the difference there? Arm, body. Okay, I'm not striking any harder, I'm just putting my body into the technique. So, tension upon extension. Relax, 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 and you explode on contact, not here, not here. Tension upon extension. Okay? So it's just like snapping a whip. You're going to get that kind of power out of a technique, not use a lot of energy, and do some devastating damage upon contact. Tension upon extension. And then lastly, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. In, out, up, down, whatever the situation is. One's coming in, one's going back out. You're rotating the whole body on each technique, pivoting on the balls of the feet. So you got something coming in, something going out. You're throwing multiple techniques or combinations, so it's going to be less likely that you're going to be countered upon if you're constantly throwing the technique than if it would be if you just went boom, boom. All right? So that's basically it. The 4 principles of execution: visualization, rolling contact, tension upon extension, and for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Remember, everything starts at the feet. You want to keep the body on top of and in between the feet at all times. The proper fighting stance should have your feet shoulders in width and shoulders in depth. All right? Knees bent up on the ball of the rear foot. This is the proper way to stand and be founded, be sound, not get thrown off balance. And when you throw a technique, again, you stay on top of and in between your feet so that you're only rotating the upper body versus leaning. You lean one way or another, it's going to take a little power away from your technique and make you susceptible to being taken down or took off balance or possibly getting countered upon because you're leaning. It's going to take more time to get up and put yourself in a better position to throw another technique. Whereas if you're just upright, you can throw all kinds of techniques and be founded, sound, and balanced. All right, please subscribe, tell your friends, your family, tell your enemies, so that maybe we can make them good people. And let's get me out there so I can pass on some of this knowledge to others out there. Let's create a world of peaceful warriors. From my experience, most fighters, most good fighters, most sound fighters are very down to earth, easygoing, well distributed individuals because they're working out constantly, they're living the lifestyle of a martial artist, boxer, MMA, whatever. They're living this lifestyle where they're working out, staying fit, staying able to protect themselves. That's kind of our motto at fightingworks.com. Fitness and protection. Fitness and protection. Oh yeah, fitness and protection. All right? Stay fit through working out, through training properly, through eating properly, through treating your body properly. And in doing so, you're going to be able to protect yourself because you're going to have that knowledge. You're going to have the self-discipline. You're going to have the self-confidence. You're going to have the aura walking around telling people just with your body language that you know what you're doing. And that's going to be a deterrent in itself. So please stay tuned. Tell your friends, tell your family. and we'll see you next time. Have a great one.